Also, a welcome from my side to all of you. As it was already said, I will give you a short overview today over the dashboards of the StableNet Analytics Portal, how you find it in StableNet, first of all, and as a second topic, how they can be created. After the login into StableNet, in the status section, there's an analytics link. As soon as the Analytics Portal component is configured in StableNet. Clicking on that one opens the dashboard section with a separate navigation where all the dashboards can be seen and can be navigated. The dashboard itself can display data of various sources, such as StableNet, but also any kind of other source like database data or Excel or CSV data. We are quite flexible at this point. Also, the layout can be designed very flexible. We can bring in filters, graphs, and tables, and lots of other so-called widgets, which we can display here. So how can we do that? At the moment, it's not possible yet to edit dashboards directly in StableNet. So we need an external editor to do that at the moment. So I switch over to that one. And for this presentation, I prepared a little demo dashboard, which you can see here. First of all, before we can edit or create a dashboard, we need data sources. So I changed to the data and objects section. And here I've got a tab called data sources, which in general contains a database. I can create database connections here. And in the data section of a connection, there are database tables. The dashboard we've seen before takes its data from the sample data table. I'm going to delete that table for now, so you can see how easy it is to bring in new data. I just import the CSV now that I prepared before. And now I can create in the same step just a table on a database. Now I see this table contains the data from the CSV. Also in this section, I can delete rows or can add rows, or I can even change rows. As soon as I'm done here, there's no need to change anything here for now, but I could save the changes here, and then I'm ready. A second way of dealing with the data for dashboards are data queries. Data queries are SQL. I can write here, and with that SQL, I can access the data on the databases. As we've seen before, data can be loaded into databases very easy by an import, but there can also be like pandas or any other tools that can load data of any source and put it into another one or a sink. And in our case here, the sink is our Postgres database. And as soon as the data is there, I can query it. In this section, I can create a number of queries here, just as needed. I can combine the data of the different tables. And when I'm done here, I can publish a version of my query. And after I've done that, also the data from these queries are available in the dashboards. So let's change back to the dashboard. Since we already loaded data, we can start building a dashboard. First, we can create so-called dashboard groups. A group can contain multiple dashboards, but we can also manage permissions on this level. I call that group Demo2. And inside the dashboard group, I create a new dashboard. Let's call that new dashboard 2. Now I can change layouts. Just click these bars, and I've got an empty dashboard with so-called tiles, which I can then fill with widgets that contain the data in the end. For now, I'll change back to my demo dashboard, so we don't have to do all of that for this presentation. As soon as the dashboard is created, I can go to the dashboard library and I choose a widget and just drag it into the dashboard. Then I choose my data source or data query that I prepared before. After that, I take some data from a column. Let's just call the number of employees for this example. And I give it a title. And that should be it. No, one little thing I'll explain just in a second. For some reason, I see no data now. Oh, first of all, I need to define a type, of course, of a widget. For now, I'll take a single value. That's it. Now I see the total number of employees from my data I previously imported with the CSV. Now here I've got a filter, and I want to see just some of the data. Now, as you can see, all these widgets changed to what I clicked here in the filter, but the new one didn't. So I have to link this widget to the filter metrics. As soon as I've done that, the number changes. Oh, it doesn't look very nice. So I also changed the format. Okay, looks a bit better. And this is the way all these different widgets can be created. Every widget has its own section of different parameters, of course, but in general, we take a data source or data query. We can apply a filter matrix if one is on the dashboard. And then there's a work to do here. We can average data, we can deal with different columns, etc. Another powerful feature is expressions. For instance, I would like to calculate the bonus in this column here. I only have the annual salary at the moment. So just go into the widget and select the bonus column, which is empty at the moment. And I'll put in an expression here. Expression looks like this. I select the column called annual salary and just multiply it by any number that makes sense for my calculation. And now I've got my calculated bonus here, which of course I could format a little nicer, but for this demo, it should be enough. Okay, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed and it was informative. Thanks for watching.